Hi everybody, I'm on here today with a little show and tell about how I use avocados to dye doilies and various bits of paper. Now, I'm just after dyeing these today, and as you can see they're a lovely soft, almost peachy pink colour with a sort of a hint of raspberry in them. And people were asking me questions about it in my last video. So the first thing I do is I always make sure to use the Hass avocados, these ones here, Hass. Now these ones happen to be mini avocados, mini Hass avocados, and you'll notice that they're the ones with the dark kind of warty skin, the rather ugly looking ones. I find that you can't, the smooth skinned ones don't seem to have dye in them. Either that or the dye doesn't come out of them. But these ones are grand. Once you've eaten the flesh of them, just put the stone and the skin to one side and boil it. But and you can use the full-sized one. It doesn't matter. No matter what size they are, you still get the dye out of them. As I said, it's Hass avocado, and that's the most important thing to be aware of, that you're using the right variety of avocado. And then I just put them into a pot with water and boil them up, the skins, the stone, everything. And then you will notice as they boil. Now, if you want a dark colour, you have to give them quite a good boil, for a few minutes. But you can adjust this as you get used to it and as you find out what colour you want your doilies to be. Like, I don't mind them being a little splattered and a little kind of what would you call it? It's like a little shabby looking, a little worn looking, but you might want a much paler doily. Also, a creamy doily will come out, a doily that's originally creamy will come out a different colour from a doily that's originally white. So the next thing I do is I just tip my liquid from the pot into a pouring thing. This is the yoke for putting water into your steam iron. And then I put it into a spray bottle. An ordinary spray bottle that you use for taking stuff on holidays with you. And off we go. I just spray them. Now another thing I do to stop them, to stop the doilies breaking up or, when they're wet, is I use a plastic sheet, just a big plastic refuse sack, one of the black ones, and I spray it with some of the liquid, and then I put the doily, the plain doily, down on top of it and give it another spray. And I find this works fine. Now you can also do it with one of these heat-proof sheets or heat-proof mats, but if you're doing a lot of doilies and you want to do paper maybe as well, the plastic refuse sacks, I cut them down the side and across the bottom, so I have a big area just for the stuff to dry on, and then all you need to do is dry it flat somewhere, either somewhere warm or overnight in a shed or a garage, somewhere that maybe animals or cats or dogs won't walk across it or get at it. There's no smell either, absolutely no smell from it, unlike tea or coffee. So if you don't like the smell of tea or coffee, this is the way to go. And I'd imagine if you liked, you could put a few drops of scented oil or something into it to give the doilies a better scent. Now I have some in the oven at the moment. I'll take them out. This is like a cookery video. Just a minute. Now, I had an oven that was cooling down, so I just popped these into it to dry off. And as you can see, this is what they're like from a heat-proof mat. As I said, I spray it first of all with the dye mixture from the dye bottle, put the doilies down on top of it and give them a spray, and off we go. And then you see the way they crinkle up themselves, and you just peel them off and they won't tear. So that my two bits of advice would be: use the Hass avocados, the warty, ugly looking ones, use the skin and the stone as well, and use a sheet of plastic or a heat-proof mat. Needless to say, don't put the plastic sheet in the oven, but just leave it somewhere warmer in a shed or a garage overnight, and that's it. So that's nice. As you can see, there's lots of nice pink tones there. You either love this sort of thing or you hate it. So I better go in case somebody who hates it is watching it. So love you and leave you. Enjoy a bit of dyeing, and remember, no avocado is safe. Bye.